Still waiting for it. Oh, wait. We'll be right back. Hey,
Hey, how are you?
I am really good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
Is my thing all fuzzy?
It is. You're pretty fuzzy. It's starting to cool
Ah,
off a little bit, which is nice. It's a little warm this weekend.
it is. It is. Did I just? Oh, okay.
Hey,
Now
you're
I'm not
not
fuzzy
fuzzy
anymore.
anymore. I've never been so proud.
I don't. Yeah, that's about the most proud you'll be of me this entire show. I think. I
Oh,
have a
good.
fun, I have a funny feeling. I'm gonna go fuzzy again.
So I feel like we're live on Facebook and
We are.
Twitch
We are.
and YouTube.
And YouTube. It
Wow.
actually. It actually. Yes. We are live on YouTube for the first time. So if you want, you can come to YouTube and watch us on YouTube. I'm
Where's that
excited
at
to
on
see how.
YouTube?
Yeah, Thanos snapped me. YouTube. You just kind of look for Geek Spot News because I don't really have a direct link yet.
Oh, I did just search it at Geek Spot News. Look at that.
And see, it goes right there. It says episode 19 because for the last 3 weeks, I've put episode 16. Now, when the podcast goes up, it says the right number, but I kept forgetting.
Oh, well, that tracks.
Yeah. Hi, Brett. Thanos did snap me. So, you know, it happens sometimes. How was your hot weekend? Hot, hot, hot.
It was good. I was in I played down in Maryland Friday. Little show.
We should get a sponsor.
No, we should. Bang should definitely sponsor us for you.
But go ahead.
I played a show down in Maryland. That was cool. And at this little place like right on the water called the Inn of the Canal.
Oh, that sounds
Um,
nice.
yeah, it's a neat spot right on the, like I said, right on the water. Cool people. Owners were fantastic. It's a bed and breakfast that converted the outside into like a rum lounge.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so super cool. Good hang. Saturday I was out of town and out in the heat all day, and Sunday I just did yard work around the house, watched some stuff.
Yeah,
Only
I
one more
watched
episode
stuff.
of Fear the Walking Dead. One
Oh,
more, one more
I
this
watched
season.
stuff. I actually finished up an episode. I finished something this week, but first my weekend was Friday nothing, Saturday nothing, and then Sunday I got roped into going to see a friend play music at a bar that was kind of outdoors but kind of indoors. Look, Brett sees it on YouTube. Look at that.
Yeah, I just in the chat.
Nice.
I also just shared our YouTube link.
Oh, there you go.
If anybody wants to find it and follow us on YouTube.
I'm gonna see if there's a way to change that ending part so that it's not weird letters and numbers, and that it's like an actual name like Twitch does.
Well,
I don't
that
know
would
if
be
YouTube does that.
that'd be a short link. This is each video has its own thing, so you can go to that link, find this particular video, and then you can find our page through that.
Yes, and all the shows will be unedited up there, and you'll catch all of our mistakes. Not that I edit the podcast anyway. So I went to see Ray at the Dog and Something Bar up.
Dog and Bull.
That's the one up in Croydon.
Fantastic brunch.
Very nice place. Ordered a beer, took 2 sips, put it aside. It was way too cold. Beer was awful yesterday with the humidity. It just didn't work. And then
sounds like an age thing.
Yeah. The tap water that they served in bottles wasn't good either. The one tap water. Nope. John Fisher came out with his wife. He popped
nice.
Up. Yeah. So me, Ange, and Maddie Kaplan were there, and he played a song that you've been teasing me with. Well, not the song, but he played a Nelson song. He played the
nice.
The out of the blue. I didn't recognize it for like half the song.
It's probably because you went and saw him. He could play it for you.
Right. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Yes. When you're local again, I will absolutely make sure that I check out the CU.
Don't lie to me.
No, I will.
It'll be next Saturday, and you still won't be there. It's
Where's
fine.
Saturday?
Nick's roast beef
Oh, I'm absolutely coming to that. Wait,
on Cotman.
maybe.
See,
Next Saturday's supposed to be game night again.
the
Our
20th.
once a month game night. No, the 13th.
No. Next this Saturday after that.
Oh, that I'm free.
Okay, good.
Because the other boys are there this Friday.
Mm.
And then I want to go and I'll see you. See, it all works out. Everything works
Look at that.
perfectly.
No, not that Nick's though. The Nick's at Cotman.
No, that's fine. I'll go to
Yeah.
the OG Knicks.
There you go. It's right by somebody's
And
house.
it's inside.
Yeah.
Brett lives right around the corner from that one.
Oh, Brett can come out too. It'll be like a high school reunion for you.
I would love if Brett came out with me to see you. We'll see if he's not traveling for hockey. It's his son and his daughter. They both are
Well,
playing
yes,
all over the
daughter just
place.
won a youth championship not too long ago.
She did. She did.
I listened to the podcast. I know what's going on.
I used to listen to it back when I edited it, and then
So how about you, Frank? What'd you do besides that this weekend?
Oh, nothing. Not at
Brett,
all.
that's just a general statement, right?
Me? Who? What? Are we talking to me?
No, I was talking to Brett.
I momentarily forgot what was happening.
Brett just said he's older, and I said I feel like that's just a
Yeah.
general statement.
It is. It's a very light news week. So I'm going to start with the Matrix, right?
Okay, I was excited to hear about what you finally watched.
Oh shoot! I teased
We've been
that,
waiting
didn't I?
for
I
months.
Finally finished Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I am all caught up and ready for the final season.
It's great. Super proud of you.
Thank you. I am also a half an hour into the first episode of Bad Batch.
Wow.
I watched it on my lunch today.
Oh, good. I'm glad you waited.
So
You know there are like 6 episodes in now, right?
yes, and I will be all
Okay.
caught up by the time we do our next show.
No. It's a likely story.
No, it will be. I mean, I was watching the Blacklist a little bit last night to try and catch that up to clear my DVR, and I have the Mayans that it's taken up DVR space, and I deleted Supergirl completely. I'll go back someday.
For the best.
I'll go back someday, and then
You're
I put the Flash on for about 10 minutes and shut that right back off.
It's horrible. Yeah, it's not good.
I'm sad that all these shows.
I'm hoping the second half of the season for the Flash gets better.
Well,
because that was a first half. The storyline where the forces of nature were Barry's kids. Now his actual kid's going to come back.
yeah, both of them, right?
At least one. The other one might come back for the 100th episode.
Right.
Or 200th episode. What are we on?
I don't know.
150th. 150th.
150th.
150th.
And then you got what you call it? John Diggle showing up on Batwoman soon.
And Superman and Lois. Look,
I'm not caught up on that yet either.
I was halfway through Batwoman last night. Not because it was bad, just because I was tired.
Yeah.
But it's still decent.
It is no Arrow. He's right.
No, but at least Batwoman now, and knowing that it's only going to be 3 seasons, I'm a little more invested.
Because they'll be able to tie everything up easily.
Because I know it's going to end, and they know way in advance that it's going to end. So that's encouraging to me.
Yep. That's a good thing.
And I still got to watch Legends from last night.
I am not caught up on Legends yet. I'm having trouble getting through the first episode, even though I know it's going to be good. And
Yeah.
I know. It's
the first episode was actually one of the stronger ones this season so far.
Oh, goody.
But you get less Bayrod after the first episode.
Oh.
Because he's kind of the most tiresome character, in my opinion, already.
Really? Already?
Yeah, well, he's got one shtick. He just smokes pot. Like they're making them the problems with what they're doing with Legends of Tomorrow this season is they're making all of them like total stereotypes.
Gotcha.
Whereas before they were all like broad characters that kind of like had surprising things, like Mick with the romance novels, right?
Right.
Which they actually showed in another show. I forget what show it was, but somebody was reading one of his romance books. I think it was Iris on the Flash.
That's amazing.
Was actually reading one of the books he wrote. But with those characters on there.
That is true, Brett. They did have a hard out day. Yeah, but you know what? Lost also muddled itself before they Lost really went like this.
Yeah, Batwoman already tied up most of the first season.
Gotcha.
So they have potential to actually tell a story now, and hopefully they close it better than Arrow did.
I didn't have a problem with Arrow,
except for he and Felicity ended up in that afterlife alternate world somewhere, even after they got rid of all the alternate worlds. Yes. Anyway, yes. Yeah. But yeah, so Legends has them so stereotyped into like these roles. Like Mick is the angry drunk now, and that's it. And Bayrod is the goofy stoner. And Nate's not really there because his power is too expensive.
Yes, I read. Did we talk about that?
No, that was a recent article.
He's kind of disappointed that he got a superpower that's just too expensive to use, and he's trying to talk them into another superpower.
Yeah, and like Constantine's barely been there this season. Yeah, it's they have some opportunities this season.
I hope it picks up. I do. That's become my favorite. And I mean, Arrow was my favorite because it was the first one, and then I was a huge fan of the Flash, and I liked that for a time, and then just yuck. But the Matrix. 4.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard of it.
It's scheduled to hit theaters at HBO Max on December 22nd, 2021.
That's so long.
It's a whole bunch of months away. Well, they just added another person to the cast. Isn't
it done filming?
I don't know. But Christina Ricci was added in an undisclosed role. Hugo Weaving and Lawrence Fishburne are not supposed to be returning. Keanu Reeves, Jada Pinkett Smith, Carrie-Anne Moss are joining newcomers to the franchise, as we have mentioned before. Neil Patrick Harris, Jessica Henwick, Jonathan Gross, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen.
Yeah.
Jessica Henwick has commented that she was one of the ones that had to train every day for months for some of the physical fights.
A lot of comic book people in there.
Yeah, but there were a lot of people, there were a few people that did not have to train at all and got to do no fighting.
Well, you know where she's from, right?
No.
Let's see. She was Colleen Wing. She was Colleen Wing.
Yahya? I think I'm pronouncing Yahya.
He was Dr. Manhattan.
Wasn't he also Black Manis in Aquaman?
Yes.
Okay. Brett was asking about Morpheus. No. He is rumored to either be playing a young Morpheus or Morpheus's son. But there will be no actual Lawrence Fishburne Morpheus. And you were saying about Jessica Henwick?
Yeah, Colleen Wing. Who? Colleen Wing and Iron Fist.
Iron Fist.
Wow.
Show.
Wow.
Look, I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything by not watching Iron Fist.
Season 2 was fantastic.
That's what I heard. I'll catch
Season one was there to set up the Defenders, which was not good.
I will catch it all when Marvel fixes everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. You all right there, kid? Dog's doing the coffee thing. So that's coming out at the end of the year, Christmas time.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
There is a movie that is getting a surprising prequel. I got a lot to read on this. Master and Commander. Now, in what world did you ever think that we were going to mention Master and Commander? Ever?
Especially, is it going to be Russell Crowe CGI'd?
No. When I tell you it was a slow news week, this is what I'm here with. So, the original movie released back in 2003, and it was based off of several of Patrick O'Brien's Aubrey Maturin novels. They're two separate names. It landed 10 Academy Award nominations, taking home the Oscars for cinematography and sound editing. The original Master and Commander movie was a wartime drama set in 1805 during the Napoleonic Wars. It starred Russell Crowe as Captain Jack Aubrey of the HMS Surprise and Paul Bettany as Dr. Stephen Maturin, the ship's doctor. And then the movie followed the crew, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. The film featured stunning cinematography and an atmospheric reincarnation of the Age of Sail. inspiring the wonder of exploration and the intimate nature of living in the restrictive quarters of a Royal Navy frigate. So apparently there are 20 novels written about this.
That's
overall
a lot.
Yes. So they're going to do a prequel rather than a sequel, which Russell Crowe wanted to do. I don't think Russell Crowe could fit in the captain's quarters of the HMS Surprise.
Probably not.
A little chubby he is. But yeah, so they're going to do a prequel to Master and Commander. I did not watch the first. I do not believe I will watch the prequel.
Blown away that you didn't watch something.
If I was going to watch anything and I told you I watched Master and Commander, you would have been like, that tracks.
Well, 100%. But
right. Now, something I did watch that I would see the possible second movie would be Wedding Crashers 2.
Okay.
So apparently, the script is written. Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson are in talks to return, but the project hasn't been greenlit yet. Isla Fisher, Jane Seymour, and Christopher Walken have all expressed interest in returning also. The original premise that Vince Vaughn had tossed around was a rival pair of Wedding Crashers. That they would be, I don't know.
I mean, Owen Wilson looks the same. Vince Vaughn, I don't know if he still looks the same. I feel like he probably doesn't.
Yeah, but I don't there's certain movies that were like lightning in a bottle and you don't make a second. Like you don't make a second Talladega Nights. You don't make a second Wedding Crashers.
Well, right, but these are all reasons why Will Ferrell doesn't work anymore because we're not making the second movies.
We're not right. See, Brett's in also. I mean, I'm in. I'll see it. I'm going. But you don't make an Old School 2. Although that would be more amusing as they are.
I feel like they've made an Old School 2. I feel like that would be a direct-to-video release.
Yeah.
And it would just be like Blue the Younger Years.
Oh, my God. Now, see? Now you're talking.
And he'd be like 83.
A prequel? Wow.
Right. But it would be like 10 years earlier, so he'd still be in his 80s.
A prequel?
It'd be great.
Yes. I guess, Brett, you're talking about Will Ferrell, because he literally plays the same character in every movie. Pretty sure he played the same character in The Office.
I did try watching his movie with Rachel McAdams, who I'm a big fan of, that Song of Fire and Ice thing. It was rough. No, I couldn't make it through that.
I wasn't even going to attempt.
He's talking about Vince Vaughn.
Yes, Vince Vaughn absolutely plays the exact same character in every single movie that he makes.
Except for Psycho.
Probably plays the same character in Psycho, doesn't he?
He was Anthony Perkins' character.
Right. That was the shot-for-shot remake, right?
Yes.
So you had no choice.
With Anne Heche's butthole in it.
That's what we need.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Nobody needs that now.
No. Quentin Tarantino may choose Once Upon a Time in Hollywood to be his last movie.
Okay.
So he said he was
not going to fight him.
No, well, he had some things to say. He was talking on the Pure Cinema podcast. Tarantino said, and I quote, "I mean, most directors' last films are fucking lousy," he said, adding that it's making me think that maybe I should not make another movie because I could really, really be happy with dropping the mic on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Most guys have horrible last movies. Usually their worst movies are their last movies. And that's the case for most of the Golden Age directors that ended up making their last movies in the late 60s and 70s. Then that ended up being the case for most of the new Hollywood directors who made their last movies in the late 80s and 90s. The fact that Arthur Penn's last movie is Penn and Teller Get Killed is like a metaphor for how crummy most of the new Hollywood directors' last films were. So I, of course, had to look up Arthur Penn to see what this guy directed. And he directed, I think he did Bonnie and Clyde was his big claim to fame.
Yeah, I think Tarantino's already made some bad movies, so I think he's off the hook.
He definitely has made some bad movies.
He's made some great movies along the way, but he's already had a few clunkers.
Yeah,
I don't know that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood isn't one of those clunkers.
I mean, this is going to come as a shock, but I did not see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet.
Yeah, I know. We talked about it last year on the podcast.
Yes, we did. Movie-wise, I'm behind on some stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
you got to catch up by Wednesday.
What's Wednesday? Oh, well, Wednesday's Loki. So yeah, Loki's coming early.
They just dropped another trailer for it while we've been on this.
Oh, really? Like now?
They dropped a 1-minute clip while we've been doing this.
I have a couple
hours ago. They dropped it actually.
Oh, I have a couple little tiny pieces later, but at the moment I have this picture that I'm about to share. If I do this right, share screen. This
still looks like you.
This is Jensen Ackles.
Oh, a Soldier Boy.
As Soldier Boy. That does not look like Jensen Ackles at all. Look at that. That I can almost not see him coaching the sideline of the Smallville Crows right now.
He did age a little bit on, Supernatural over the 17 years that show ran.
But that's a pretty decent costume, isn't it?
It is. It's so the costumes on The Boys have been, I don't know. I never read The Boys.
Gotcha.
But the costumes on The Boys have all been good.
Yes. Yes, they have. He does look like a serious Charlie Day. He really does. I'll take that.
That reminds me. Mythic Quest is still back too. I don't know if we talked about that. Mythic Quest,
funny enough, I just bought the Apple TV, and actually that's going to be my next comedy. So I need a comedy to go against everything else I watch. I'm not quite ready to go back to Sons of Anarchy yet. So I figured if I need a comedy, I can do the whole Mythic Quest thing.
You could. Mythic Quest has been great.
And then I can do Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Season 2 Ted Lasso just finished filming.
It did. It comes out this summer. It's soon.
Yep. Jupiter's Legacy was canceled, so I don't have to worry about catching up with that.
Yeah, well, sort of. Right? So they're still doing the Millerverse.
Right.
Right? So with still doing the Millerverse.
Oh, let me find that picture.
The next show in that universe is going to be Supervillains.
Okay.
And there you have ties back to Jupiter's Legacy because it's still in the same universe.
Right.
And some of the characters from Jupiter's Legacy play fairly big characters in that storyline.
Gotcha.
So, even though they released the bulk of the characters, depending on where in the timeline it falls, they could still bring back.
Well,
ones. Is this a picture from Josh Duhamel?
This is the Josh Duhamel picture. Yes, this is. So this is the Josh Duhamel picture that he posted on Instagram, and the caption was when you get dumped by @Netflix and have to put yourself back out there. #Sexy Santa Summer. What's up at Hulu? So, but wow, did he get ripped?
I want to point out he's almost 50.
Yeah. Oh, look who commented right there.
Oh, look at that.
There's a Danny No-Go comment right up in there.
No, that's crazy that you found that.
I honestly literally pulled this off of Screen Rant, and that's the thing that comes up when you go to his Instagram. This was not planned.
Well, it would when you go to his Instagram because it pulls up people that you know first.
Well, I don't know Amachara Chapaparo.
But
I do know D No-Go. Total BS. Danny's not a fan.
Oh, I would take a Las Vegas reboot. What's her name been up to besides being with Bobcat?
Vanessa Marcel?
No, the other one, the hot one, the redhead. Nikki on there. She was also on the show with the rabbit.
She was also with Jay Moore for a while. All during.
Oh, she did. She left. She left Bobcat for Jay Moore. That's right.
Yes, she did.
I'm sure she's not with Jay Moore anymore.
No, she's absolutely not with Jay Moore. I deep dove into that one day. I would do a Las Vegas reboot. I can't find that I would rewatching that right now if I had.
You can replace James Caan with Scott Caan now that he's not working.
Yeah, it was definitely a crazy bad divorce, Brett.
But yeah, if you do replace James Caan with Scott Caan,
I'll tell you what.
As a long lost son,
That was one of my favorite shows when it was on. I religiously watched that.
I'm not surprised it's not on your rewatch list.
It's not streaming anywhere that I can without renting it.
No, it's on somewhere regularly. It's on demand. I see it all the time.
It might be on TV regularly, but yeah, I mean, bring back Vanessa Marcel, Brenda from General Hospital.
Bring them all back. You can all come
Molly
back.
Sims. I'm doing this without Googling this. Molly.
I don't need Molly Sims.
No, we don't need Molly Sims. I don't remember what the British chick's name was. She left after a couple seasons.
Yeah, she got replaced.
And then Tom Selleck came in and replaced Ed DeLine when James Caan was like, yeah, I'm out.
Oh, you're right. It's not streaming anywhere. Not even to like rent.
Right. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, why?
Wow.
Who owns this? This is an NBC.
Well,
it's an NBC thing.
It's on TV. It's on TV though.
It's an NBC property. Why isn't it on Peacock? Because it tied into the soap operas because they mentioned the Montecito at some of the soap operas every once in a while.
Mike Cannon is who else you forgot, by the way.
Oh, Mike Cannon. I was getting him.
The other head of security.
He was the MIT guy that had the gambling problem. Come on, I know my Las Vegas.
Let's
do Las Vegas Quizzo. I'm in.
I feel like we should look into that and see why.
I'm gonna have to do a little deep dive on that. What else do I have? I have there's gonna be a surprise screening at the Cannes Film Festival.
Con?
That's what I said, Con. We're just talking about James Caan, and now the festival.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know why I always call it Cannes, but it's going to be a surprise screening of a blockbuster. It's a blockbuster movie. It's no longer a surprise. It's Fast 9.
Oh, whatever.
Hey, man, $250 million domestic or worldwide right now. Before it even, we still got a couple like two, 3 weeks for that to drop.
Yeah, I finally saw a commercial for it.
I don't know if Las Vegas would age well or not. They weren't. I guess not because they really glorified the scantily clad woman being Vegas and by the pool and it probably wouldn't age well.
So it wasn't. Yeah, so it was produced by NBC and distributed by NBC.
Right.
Oh, and MGM worldwide.
That's probably why it's not on. And then with MGM being sold to Amazon, was it Amazon? Was Amazon, right? Maybe it'll be on Amazon Prime, and I'll get lucky.
Yeah, maybe the later seasons will be because it doesn't look like it was always.
I'm still waiting for an upload season 2. Haven't seen anything on that yet either.
They're filming. They've been filming.
Are they? Good. Yeah. Good. Because that was a fun show. Let's see. We have good. I love a list. Here are all 15 Disney live action movies releasing after Cruella. Did you get to watch Cruella yet?
No, I have very little interest in watching Cruella.
I actually have heard that it's actually a pretty damn good movie.
Have you? I've heard different.
I have. Word of mouth thing. People that have watched it and they're like, wow, this was pretty good. I'm like, oh, all right.
I've heard there's a lot of good music.
Yep.
And there's a lot of good scenes of her walking into rooms to said music.
Oh. I probably will not watch this.
Maybe once we get to the thing with the stuff.
Well,
where it's free, like Ray and the Last Dragon became free.
Yeah. The next live action remake to come from Disney will be Little Mermaid.
No.
That's got Hale Bailey as the title character, Ariel.
Nope.
Melissa McCarthy.
Nope.
Will play Ursula. No.
Nope. I'm out.
No, not at all.
Out.
Okay. Let's see. Little Mermaid has been delayed by complications related to the COVID-19 pandemic, and no release date has yet been announced.
And it being shitty.
Peter Pan and Wendy is supposed to drop in the first. So it's filmed in the first half of 2021. Let's see who's in this.
Peter Pan and Wendy.
Peter Pan and Wendy. I'm trying to see the. For the new Disney episode.
Is it Sandy Duncan?
No.
Peter Pan?
No, Wendy will be played by Ever Anderson from Black Widow, and Peter by newcomer Alexander Maloney.
Nope, I'm good.
Jude Law will play Captain Hook. Alan Tudyk, Jim Gaffigan, Yara.
Is Alan Tudyk playing the? You just maybe say Tudyk.
The film is expected to be a Disney Plus exclusive release and will land sometime in 2022, so that'll probably cost you a couple extra dollars.
I bet not.
I hope not, because I would.
You remember they need free content too.
They do.
Not free, but you know what I mean.
We're also getting a Jungle Book sequel, live action Jungle Book sequel. The original included an all-star cast, voices ranging from Bill Murray, Ben Kingsley, Idris Elba, Lupita Nyong'o, Scarlett Johansson, Giancarlo Esposito, and Christopher Walken. No confirmation has been made on the cast for the upcoming live-action sequel, though Neil Sethi, who was a newcomer and the star of the first film as Mowgli. I never say his name right either. Is expected to reprise his role. I didn't see the first one. I heard that the first one was decent.
Oh, you know what? I didn't see the Jungle Book, the Disney one. I watched Mowgli, which was actually really good. That was directed by Ulysses Claw. Andy Serkis.
Yep. Andy Serkis. Okay. The Lion King prequel.
Oh, that girl's in Black Widow as a young Black Widow. She plays the young girl version of Scarlett Johansson.
How about a Lion King prequel?
Nope.
Prequel. Did you see the Lion King
live action animated?
Let me see. Let's see. Moonlight director Barry Jenkins will direct the sequel. The first had a star-studded cast that included Beyonce, Donald Glover, Seth Rogen, Chiwetel Ejiofor, John Oliver, and James Earl Jones. No further announcement about story or cast has been made. Did you see the story about the cake?
No.
About the little girl's cake? She wanted to. I have to find this cake real fast. It went viral.
So wait, so was this is animated or this isn't animated?
It says.
Sounds like it's going to be the CGI.
Yeah. So this toddler asked for a Lion King cake depicting Mufasa's death. This is a 3-year-old wanted this cake, and this cake went viral.
That's amazing.
That cake went viral.
Yeah.
Little Leona in Minnesota wanted a cake depicting Mufasa's death.
Look, it's even got the little claw marks where he's trying to hold on.
Yep, right here. How amazing is that?
It's well done.
It's very well done.
I did see, and I don't know if you have this, but there is a movie coming out with Mark Wahlberg soon.
Is this the one where he gained a lot of weight?
It's Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I don't understand their.
So it's got Wahlberg. It's got a pretty big cast called Infinite.
I did hear about it. I didn't.
So it's if you could spend 1 million hours practicing one thing, or 10,000 hours to master a skill, right? Is the logic behind it, right? So what if you could spend 1 million hours practicing those skills because you're ageless?
That's interesting.
So he knows how to do everything, and similar to like the Old Guard movie that was on Netflix, apparently. I was talking about a few months ago.
Right.
But it's him, and the rest of the cast seems to be pretty good. I don't remember who they were off the top of my head, but that looks like it's going to be decent. Still not enough to get me on Paramount Plus.
Right.
I might try the trial once Evil's a few episodes into the season. We'll see.
I think I'm locked into the $4.99 plan, but then it's changed into a $5.99 plan, and if you, I don't understand their plan. It's whatever. Yes, Brett, that little girl is a genius. That was an amazing cake. The next Disney live adaptation will be Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Nope. How do you make that?
Well, let's see. It's been announced that Mark Webb will direct. Mark Webb of The Amazing Spider-Man.
No. Oh, The Amazing Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
The Andrew Garfield John.
Correct. Erin Cressida Wilson, who wrote The Girl on the Train, will write the script. Benji Pasek and Justin Paul from Aladdin and La La Land to write new songs for the film. Production also was severely delayed, no release date.
Brett's with me on Evil, by the way.
On what?
On the show Evil. The first season was fantastic. I was hooked, and then they said season 2 exclusively on Paramount Plus, and I said, "Oh well, it wasn't that fantastic."
Aladdin 2.
Nope.
Sequel.
They already made one.
Yep, I know. Everybody's reprising their roles. Even Will Smith, he'll be back as the genie. Apparently, his genie was pretty good. No,
I don't know.
I didn't see it.
Nope.
Guy Ritchie will return to direct. No timeline on that.
Speaking of people that make horrible movies as their last movie.
Oh boy. Hunchback. How about Hunchback?
No, you can't. It's 2021. You cannot make a movie about a hunchback.
The story will be a musical adaptation of the Disney animated film.
Nope. Too much trouble with that script.
Confirmed as recently as 2021 that the project is still on. Josh Gad will be one of the producers.
Oh, entirely too much trouble in that script.
I think so. Bambi.
Nope.
Bambi.
Another live adaptation.
These are all live. These are all live
God.
movies. Bambi will be written by Geneva Robertson Dworet, who wrote Captain Marvel, and Lindsay Beer, who wrote Chaos Walking.
Well, everybody loved Captain Marvel, so that's good.
I think everybody hated Brie Larson more than everybody loved Captain Marvel.
It's fair.
Which is why it's now
the Marvels.
Ensemble. Yes. Hercules. I think we're almost done here. The Russo brothers are doing Hercules.
Is it going to be like Hercules and the Magnificent Seven?
Hercules. No,
what was that movie? Remember that one where they did the Magnificent Seven? And it was...
oh, yeah.
That one was great.
This says, per Collider, the film is likely not to be a literal translation of the original, but inspired by it. It may yet be a musical, though the Russos couldn't confirm either way. Movie is still in early development, and no release date has been announced. I'm sad you did not get my Hercules thing.
I did.
Okay. Wasn't as funny as I thought.
I've seen The Nutty Professor. It was good.
Hercules. Pinocchio. Live action.
This already done?
Yeah, there's a lot of these. But this one...
They're not bringing Kevin Sorbo back. He was canceled.
Robert Zemeckis is going to direct and co-write with Chris Weitz.
Hopefully they do it quick.
Yes. Well, guess who's playing Geppetto?
Tom Hanks.
Yes. Not Harrison Ford.
This is like super old news then, this one.
Yes. This is Tom Hanks will play Geppetto. Benjamin Evan Ainsworth will play Pinocchio. Cynthia Erivo, the Blue Fairy. Luke Evans, the Coachman. Voice cast will include Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Jiminy Cricket, Keegan-Michael Kay as Honest John, and Lorraine Bracco as Sophia the Seagull. We did talk about this at one point, I remember. This will be an exclusive Disney Plus, no release date.
Okay.
Sword in the Stone?
Nope, don't need to remake it.
No, don't need to be remaking it. I believe this is going to be director Juan Carlos Fresnadillo from 28 Weeks Later, and screenwriter Brian Cogman from Game of Thrones. Oof. Robin Hood, Lilo and Stitch, the Aladdin spinoff Prince Anders, and a Cruella sequel.
They're doing Robin Hood's going to be with the Foxes, right?
So
it's
Robin
Hood
like will CGI, be with the Foxes. Yes.
CGI version of that, which is going to be super weird.
Carlos Lopez Estrada from Blind Spotting will direct. Carrie Granlund, 2019's Lady and a Tramp, will write before the movie production across the world shut down due to COVID-19. The adaptation will keep the characters as animals. The movie will be released to Disney Plus. Then
Sounds
you have
horrible.
Lilo and Stitch. I don't know why you would do that.
Live action?
Yep.
Nope.
Yep. John Chu was supposed to be doing this, but he is set to work on Willow first.
Yeah, why don't we make that instead of any of these?
Yeah. That was it. Oh, there's going to be a Cruella sequel, obviously. And
well, here's the problem, though, right? Like, we're not supposed to like Cruella.
Correct.
But is it that? Don't you like her in the movie? Like, I have a problem with that.
You're supposed to. Yes, she's
right.
supposed to be likable, I believe.
So I have a problem with that.
Yes.
She was a horrible person, and there's no good justification for like. This is why she wanted to kill all the Dalmatians and make them coats.
Right, but I don't know what the deal is with that.
Well, when you watch it, after all the other things you have on your list, let me know.
No.
We'll touch back in about 14 months.
No. Our buddy John Boyega's in the news.
He's gotten personal problems.
He's got some family problems, and he had to drop out of Netflix thriller Rebel Ridge midway through the shoot.
Yeah, they're trying
rare.
Yeah, they're kind of screwed.
Yeah, they really are. See, he's right. As Brett just said, not one original concept. All remakes, most like you both said, need not to be done. No, they don't. And it's like they're taking all of their cartoons and they're just remaking their cartoons as live action, basically just doing the same thing.
But they're going to remake them with 2021 sensibilities too.
Some of that I get, but at the same time, well, I know
some of it fine, but you're going to lose some of the extra magic and like.
Correct.
It's okay that there was stories written a long time ago.
Correct. There is some DC stuff.
Ooh.
A couple of DC things. I don't have a lot of DC things.
There's not. We talked a bit of CW verse earlier. Anyway,
we did.
There was an interesting article I think I sent you about that CW stuff where they're like, all right, these shows are about toast. Because they're starting to do next season, they're talking crossovers just to try and get some magic back. They're all falling to their lowest ratings ever.
Yeah, it's hope. I mean, there's nothing to carry these on that I see.
Superman and Lois had 1.2 million before they went on hiatus, and they dropped 500,000 viewers when they came back.
That's a lot.
It is, especially when you're only at 1.2, right?
And it's almost like they're repeating Smallville stories. In a way, too.
It's gotten better.
Okay, that's good.
The kids, at least the last few episodes, the kids are there, but they're not the main story.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
And they did a really interesting some interesting stuff with the Luthor storyline.
Okay, I want to see that. I want to see where that's going. I'm a little bit interested, but the Batwoman stuff and
Well, the only nice part about Batwoman is it's all new story.
That's good.
Because it's not a character from the comics, so you're using the setting,
right? And
they have to they can't just fall back on. Let me just retell this story.
What happens when Supergirl's gone, Flash is gone, Arrow's gone, Legends maybe has another season left before they pull.
I think they're already signed for another season. Black Lightning's gone now, and Painkiller didn't get picked up.
Right. So and then you have Stargirl.
Which is not really related, but a little bit. And Naomi starts next year.
Naomi, and then you have what? You have one more season of The Flash and one more Legends of Tomorrow. But is that enough to really carry this forward?
No, I think the CW is going to have to find a new formula for a while.
And they have that Riverdale, Sabrina.
Yeah, but that universe isn't going well either.
No, and Nancy Drew's part of that, I think, right?
I think so.
So the DC, there's a movie coming out called Zatanna, and the hold on, I lost my page.
Given DC's timeframes and turning movies around, I would assume this will be 2026.
Well, the screenwriter, she's Academy Award winner Emerald Fennell. Fennell won multiple Academy Awards for Promising Young Woman. She wrote on the hit series Killing Eve.
Okay.
She is quoted as saying, now Zatanna, I don't know from the comic books, but I know Zatanna from Smallville.
Yeah.
And Serinda Swan played her in Smallville excellently, as far as I'm aware. I don't know the comic book background, and
she's fine.
Okay,
there's a lot more backstory to her than they got into in the
right. So Zatanna's a magician, and according to the screenwriter, she said there are lots of things about her that felt like they could really, really be interesting, and it'll be an opportunity to make something really quite dark, and that appealed to me, to make something big and scary. I love that stuff. The scale of these movies is so massive and so thrilling. Like, why wouldn't you want to write something like that when you can write huge, massive, crazy sequences and fights? So she's going to make this a darker movie, surprisingly, in the DC universe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was saying, DC has been too light and funny so far. They really need to explore the darker side of things.
They do. They really do. Shazam leaked new costume, and apparently the whole family's getting all new costumes.
Well, that wasn't a leak, though. That was a trailer.
It was a teaser with him walking into the room all dark and doing the goofy, why isn't the light on? I mean, that was cute. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Zack Snyder did say that he could see Black Adam in the Snyderverse.
Well, that's the latest stuff, right?
Well, yeah. Apparently, Dwayne Johnson swinging his arms around back behind the scenes trying to get the Snyderverse restored, and he wants Henry Cavill in his Black Adam movie, and by the time you get Superman to fight Black Adam, you're talking 3-4 years down the line at this rate.
Yeah, right? Rock's going to be in his mid-50s.
Well, he'll still look good.
Cavill's going to be early 40s.
And he'll still look amazing, awesome.
Always. Yeah, but Cavill also has some other things going on.
He does.
And he's like, look, let me go do this other stuff. Because those comic book movies aren't quick shoots.
No, they're long. Not only that, but the press tours for them take a half a year.
Yeah, I think what I saw that's interesting regarding that is with the new Warner Media, Warner Media Discovery.
Yep.
Warner Brothers Discovery Plus. That's what it is. Warner Brothers Discovery Plus.
Right.
With that being a new company, is that they are not as anti as AT&T was.
Right.
About not doing the Snyderverse. I don't need the Snyderverse.
My friend at work, Dale, feels the same way. He would rather just not ever see Zack Snyder direct a comic book movie. Me, I enjoyed it. I like the darker take on it. Speaking of the darker take.
Yeah, it's just like I said, my problem's generation of kids, that's their take on it. No.
Okay, so how do you feel about this? What's your thoughts on this? This was leaked from the Flash movie. It's coming out. It is the bat symbol with blood on it, allegedly Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yeah, it's pretty normal for the bat suit to get blood on it.
Well, yeah, especially in the DC universe.
I mean, I don't think that it's Keaton's per se. It reminds me more of a Watchmen.
That was exactly. I saw a couple of things pointing to that. I saw a couple of things pointing to Batman Returns.
Yeah, maybe, but they played with one of the big crossovers they did in Rebirth for DC was the button.
Okay.
So they found the button from Watchmen because Jeff Johns, the D-bag that he is, decided that what he should do is be responsible for retelling. Oh, I see his bloody toes.
That's gross.
Be responsible for retelling the entire history of DC Comics. So every change since Crisis on Infinite Earths back in the 80s, he blamed on Dr. Manhattan coming over from the Watchmen universe.
Gotcha.
And so he had been pulling the strings when they went from combining everything at Crisis to blowing everything back up for New 52 to recombining again for Rebirth. It all got blamed on Dr. Manhattan per Jeff Johns.
Gotcha.
So I feel like there might be some of that where they're going to team up Michael Keaton and what's his name, who I can't stand so much that I already forgot his name. The kid playing the Flash.
Ezra Miller?
Yeah, him. And do a detective story on why am I not in my world now? Right. How did I get here?
Okay. I personally am interested in the movie only because I want to see I mean, with this many cameos and people coming in, you might only get 5 minutes of Ezra Miller as the Flash.
Yeah, which would be fine. But I mean, look at all the cameos we got promised for the Crisis show on CW. That's why all these cameos are starting to... Right, but none of them added to the story at all. So that's what's starting to make me nervous about the way this movie's shaping up, right?
No, I would say over half of them didn't. I would say that Kevin Conroy did. Tom Welling did.
Robert Wool didn't. Burt Ward didn't.
Burt Ward didn't.
Helena Bertinelli didn't, or whatever her real name is. The Birds of Prey.
Yeah, that's what I was. That one didn't. A lot of them didn't. A lot of them were just, let's see how much we can cram in here.
Right.
For shock value.
And I feel like that's what this movie's trying to do.
Probably. So, Ryan Reynolds, which is the better of the two Ryans between him and Ryan Gosling. Ryan Reynolds is the hotter, better one.
So far.
I say that for friends of mine that do tune in sometimes. He's been traveling around and he dropped an Instagram picture of this.
Ooh.
So maybe they're finally getting on track with making this movie.
Maybe I mean,
he's just trolling because it's Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds is a great troll.
I mean, it could be 2023. They have some spots open.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with.
Do you think? And for those that didn't and that are listening on the podcast, it's the Deadpool mask in a bag is what the picture was that we just popped up. I am very. I don't know how they kind of work it in.
Well, it'll be. I think you'll get James Brolin back, Josh Brolin
as Cable.
Yeah, James Brolin would be weird to get back.
Yes, he would.
Maybe it's Jonah Hex. He'll come back. I don't know.
Could do that.
No, he's DC. So you get him as Cable. I think you'll get Zazie Beetz back as Domino.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where they're going to go with the story.
No, and are they going to go hard R or are they going to go R?
I think you do. I think Disney. They can brand it under Fox.
Sure.
And I hopefully you get what's her name back? Our chick from Gotham.
Morena.
Yeah.
Morena Baccarin, who just had a baby. She just had a baby not too long ago.
So maybe that's what they were waiting for. Now they'll start filming.
That would be cool. Wednesday, June 9th, 2 days away from now, one day after the podcast drops, or the day the podcast drops, depending on how busy I am tomorrow. Loki comes early.
It does.
So we get it. It's Lucky Loki. We get it 2 days early. But now what I don't know is, are they dropping in a second episode on Friday?
No, it's Wednesdays.
They've done before.
They're all Wednesdays.
Is this going to be strict Wednesdays for this one?
Yes.
So they don't cross over to Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Maybe. Smart. So according to the head writer Mike Waldron, he said that the biggest challenge was establishing MCU time travel rules. This is so interesting. That was the great challenge of our show because the Time Variance Authority is an organization that literally manages and polices all of time. We had to define what time is to them and what time is in the MCU. How does it move? What is time travel? How does it operate? And so we had to essentially create an institutional knowledge among the writers' room, a foundation of what constitutes a broken time law and what doesn't, which is about Loki breaking a time law. And then you have to move all that stuff as far to the background as humanly possible because you don't want the audience focusing on the rules of time travel during your show, which the audience is going to do anyway because that's what we do.
Well, I thought we already laid out the rules of time travel in Endgame.
I think they had a loose definition of it, but if you're making basically a police force that enforces time, you have to have way more.
Yeah, or do you think they decided, like most people that watched it, that the time travel rules in Endgame were stupid?
Well, but it's because they didn't follow the Back to the Future time.
Well, right. That's because, Back to the Future was all bullshit, Frank.
Well,
to quote Scott Lang.
What about Hot Tub Time Machine? Time Cop.
They didn't mention those.
They didn't. They mentioned Hot Tub Time Machine.
They did.
Yes.
They did, which is upsetting. But they
also in the also in the same interview, Michael said to expect unexpected cameos from Marvel characters.
Yeah, maybe that's where the Deadpool mask is from.
It's possible. You think that that would be the first place they drop him?
I don't know what I don't know when they're going to go and how they're going to drop it and what they're going to. I have no idea.
No. One thing that was leaked on the cover of TV Guide, which I didn't know was still a thing. Remember having a TV Guide when you were younger?
I do.
You get it every week and just kind of flip through to see when your shows were on and what the little
had Reader's Digest, and then every once in a while, when you didn't get TV Guide, you'd pull it out of the back of the Sunday paper.
Yes, the TV book.
And see all the birthdays, because I had all the celebrity birthdays in there too.
Yep, my grandfather called it the TV book. Frankie, get me the TV book.
And
he would have it on the table next to him, open to that day's page.
Yeah.
Loki isn't the main villain of the show. So on the front of the TV Guide cover, which I did not grab, it says mystery villain. So who, you being the comic book guy, who would the mystery villain of Loki be?
Well, if it's about time, it's got to be Kang.
You think it's Kang? Well, didn't they already cast Kang in this, or they cast?
Kang? So maybe, but Kang has multiple iterations, right? We've talked about that before, right? Where at one point he's Immortus, at one point he's Iron Lad, at one point he's Nathaniel Richards, who is an ancestor of or descendant of Reed Richards. You know, he was also King Tut at one point. Like he's had multiple iterations, so
right.
They could cast multiple Kangs. And we don't know that the guy from Lovecraft Country was cast as Kang. He was just cast.
Okay.
Everybody said it was Kang, but you know.
The only other thing I saw was Mark Ruffalo teasing his She-Hulk appearance.
And it looks like if he was next to whoever's CGIing She-Hulk, that's not Tatiana Maslany who's playing the She-Hulk version.
Nope. Let me see. There was a couple other things I read. I did read some Spider-Man spoilers, possibly.
We can leave them out.
Okay. What else? What else did I read? Did you? No. There was one other thing I read that I wanted to bring up, and now I can't remember it.
Was it Bad Batch spoilers?
It was not. I did not.
It's about Mara Jade.
Well, your girl.
Really,
yeah, that's a rumored Brie Larson as Mara Jade. I think we mentioned that.
We did. It keeps popping up in the news now, though.
It does, and she made her surprise appearance at Marvel's Avengers Land that opened at Disney.
Oh, that was nice of her.
Mm-hmm. While she's doing her one-arm pull-ups like a boss.
Right.
But yeah, it was an incredibly light news week. Obviously, pulling Master and Commander out and running off 15 Disney movies shows how light of a week it was.
Yeah. Hey, did you watch Army of the Dead yet?
Army of the Dead sounds familiar.
Yeah, I got it. Cool.
Look, I got Bad Batch that I'm going to watch this week. I got Mythic Quest that I'm going to also watch this week.
Yeah.
So that's in the wheelhouse. Well, Bad Batch is very in the wheelhouse. And I got Loki on Wednesday. So either we wait on Loki till Monday or we do a pop-up. But I'd probably wait on Monday.
Yeah, I think we'll probably wait for Monday. Oh, that is the other thing I've been seeing. Was it the Batman news you've been seeing? That they're not happy and they want to take it back into development and push it again?
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, that's.
I will.
There you go. Look, Secret Zero. Watch Army of the Dead, Frank.
And I will also watch Mythic Quest.
Frack! Wow, busting the Battlestar.
Frack. The other thing I saw was about Hawkeye, where Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner apparently did not get along at all.
Yeah,
anyway, don't care.
Jeremy Renner seems like he's kind of a dick.
He seems like he's a big dick. he had some stuff floating around out there.
Yeah.
He almost got he was like that close to canceled.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, look, Gina Carano has her Lego back, so
she does. That was the other thing. Pedro Pascal said that they have not even begun filming yet for Mando 3 or the book. I don't think the Book of Boba Fett hasn't started yet.
Yeah, it has. They already started that. Yeah.
All right. So Mando definitely won't because Mando's not coming until after that.
Right. No, Book of Boba Fett started filming like months ago, though.
Okay. Yeah, because they're doing that weird. They're doing it in the bubble.
The volume.
I'll get that eventually.
Sorry, I called it the sound for a while. It's close enough.
But I'm that's it. Like just now I'm just nickel and diamond out of nowhere for nothing.
All right. Well, hey,
what do you got going on?
Oh, I'm probably playing out at the alley on High Street in Pottstown this week.
Nice.
Other than that, you can catch there and everywhere that I'm playing at jackkidmusic.com. Okay. I'll be local in Philly for the first time in a while next Saturday too.
I'm marking it down.
I'm sure.
I'm marking it down.
Yep.
I'm going to come to that show with the Bad Batch caught up, with Mythic Quest probably close to caught up.
Do you have any of Mythic Quest watched?
I actually watched the first 3 or 4 episodes, but I kind of have to go back and do it over because I don't remember.
That's fine. It's an easy watch.
I was watching it on the Fire Stick and it was a little rough because I kept pausing.
I watched the first season on my iPad because I had Apple TV for free. Didn't have an Apple TV thing that worked.
That I have 6 months for free.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's where you can find me though, and you can always download the podcast. It's and iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you get your podcasts from. If you're on iTunes, make sure you give us a 5-star rating, drop us a review. Yes. We love that. It gets more people to actually watch the show, so we can start bringing you more and more content. It would be awesome. And tell a friend. We're on YouTube now. We're easier to find. They don't have to have Facebook. They don't have to have Twitch. They can find us right on YouTube.
Yep.
Geek Spot News. And Frank, anything else?
No, you pretty much covered everything.
All right. We got to thank you all for finding the Geek Spot with us again.
I love it. Look for the podcast in the next day.
All right. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everybody.